Has there ever been anything like unexpected, like this whole entrepreneurial journey, right? It's a roller coaster. What kind of stuff has happened that you weren't expecting? How did you handle it?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, we did not launch LoanSense thinking we were going to be building a plug and play solution for mortgage brokers. Like that was never our intention, right? We just unexpected was just being in this market and figuring out how to get into this market. Like I never imagined this, right? But it made natural sense because like I had benefited from home ownership in my 20s, right? So I guess what was unexpected was the market, how we're getting to market, just the twists and turns of entrepreneurship, and then also like understanding how to operate. Like you go for your MBA and they teach you all these skills with data and numbers and how little amount of information you actually need to make decisions and operate on, and how you're successful as an entrepreneur has nothing to do with these skills that you learn like in your MBA. Like you don't have numbers to go off. It's kind of like instinctual, plus you start to collect some data, plus you know you need to make it better, but is it really the data and the outcomes? Is it your product? Is it, you don't quite know like what is pushing you forward. You're kind of trying to make guesses and trying to be as data driven as you can and trying to, but what I guess what's the most surprising is like you still figure out, you know, what it is you need to do. And I think what's another surprising thing is like how much you just got to rely on your inner voice. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's no formula. And so
Mhm.
I always thought coming in here I can just ask an entrepreneur with more experience and they'll have the answer. But no, because they didn't form this exact kind of company at this exact time under these exact conditions. So as much as advice as you can get from people, they can't give you the answer. But one thing I also found, when someone offered to be my business coach, at first I'm like, who needs a coach? Like, I just have people I can call. What's surprising to me is like how helpful having a coach has been,
Mhm.
especially a coach with business experience. And they could be like, hey, did you do this? Are you sure you're measuring your sales goals properly? Like, is that really the way to measure it? And they can question you in ways that like an advisor or a mentor or friend wouldn't. You know what I mean? So for
Mhm.
me, that's been surprisingly helpful. And I've only had like a couple sessions. So that's another thing that I found like super surprising.